that we're leaning a little bit more in our education and our awareness of science? Do you see the church changing, or do you feel like it's very stuck?
God, my response to that question changes day to day. Sometimes I see someone doing something new or a different kind of teaching, and I'm like, wow, look at how that's moving forward. And then just the other day, literally, I drove by a church sign and I thought, oh, we're going to say that. Okay. So it just depends. I think, again, I keep going back to, and Adam and I have talked about this, like most people, I just want them to engage with the text in any shape, form, or fashion because they're just trying to figure out how to get through their day, much less even feeling like they, I mean, a lot of people that feel intimidated to even start that journey. So trying to get them even to that, I think is a great step for the church. And it's going to ultimately be up to each pastor to kind of lead in that way. I'm not sure in certain areas, certain churches are ready to say, hey, to take a different view of specifically of the text.
Is it scary for you all? Particularly you, because this is a real
It's
passion
I love it. I love talking about it.
Is it a little scary to
it can be, and the fear is not the fear is just I want to be more helpful than harmful.
Yeah.
Right. But we have to do it because the thing is, even the stuff I talk about in my class, you can Wikipedia that. And people who go through college, they get exposure to this.
Yeah.
But what happens is you go back to a church and no one's heard of it.
It doesn't fit.
No one's heard of it and it doesn't fit. And it's like, what do I do with it?
Yeah.
So if you've got leaders who have no idea what you're talking about, it can discredit a little bit, and then you're just stuck like, I don't know. You have a lot of doubt. It's there, and maybe it gets pushed to the back of your mind, but it's there. So I just think for the future of the church, it's a new thing can emerge because right now we have these, I think, two different frameworks. One is you've got to be academic, and when you're academic, you're suspicious of everything, and it's dry, and you sort of dismiss everything that's supernatural or God or metaphysical. Or either on the other side, you have to take everything literal, but then you're very open to God and the metaphysical and supernatural. And it's like, I think there is a third option where you can merge those two. And that's what I feel like is the future of the church, where it's science and spirituality, and your head and your heart don't have to be at odds anymore.
Yeah.
And once your head and your heart are together, you can have deep conviction, and it means a lot to you. Like it's a real faith, and it's not just you're going through the motions now. So.
Yeah, my fear is not so much in people thinking I'm right or wrong, or if they are right or wrong, or even I don't even know that I'll ever feel if I'm right or wrong. It's more that not being afforded the opportunity to have a conversation about it. Because that's one of the things, is like there are certain things I can say and immediately there's a wall.
Yeah.
And I want there to be the opportunity to talk. And sometimes these conversations take years. And so we don't usually give that to each other. And when we don't, you will put up a wall or I will put up a wall, and that doesn't benefit either of us. So that's more my fear, is that we won't even have the chance to engage in it.